Patience, persistence, and perspiration make an unbeatable combination for success. I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. If everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. Success consists of going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. Believe in yourself. Have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you cannot be successful or happy. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. The only time most people think about injustice is when it happens to them. Once you carry your own water, you'll remember every drop. Seeing is different than being told. Having a good discussion is like having riches. Love is a painkiller. It's better to fall from a tree and break your back than to fall in love and break your heart. He may say that he loves you. Wait and see what he does for you. A happy man marries the girl he loves. A happier man loves the girl he married. Don't think there are no crocodiles just because the water is calm. Illness and illness from which you never entirely recover. Find what you love and let it kill you. Don't set sail on someone else's star. If there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do no harm. There are worse things than being alone, but it often takes decades to realize this, and most often when you do, it's too late, and there's nothing worse than too late. We must bring our own light to deep darkness. You are not promised anything in life. No contract was signed with you. To try and to fail is not laziness. Nothing is worse than to finish a good shit, then reach over and find the toilet paper container empty. Even the most horrible human being on earth deserves to wipe his ass. If you heal the leg of a person, do not be surprised if they use it to run away. The axe forgets, but the tree remembers. The woman who smiles at you when you meet her is most likely just planning to feed her ego. Love doesn't rely on physical features. People are strange. They are constantly angered by trivial things, but on a major matter like totally wasting their lives, they hardly seem to notice. Rain does not fall on one roof alone. What matters most is how well you walk through the fire. Love, like rain, does not choose the grass on which it falls. Do not treat your loved one like a swinging door. You are fond of it, but you push it back and forth. Love doesn't listen to rumors. As humans, we adjust to new conditions and discoveries. We are applicable. There is always one woman to save you from another, and as that woman saves you, she makes ready to destroy. Wisdom is like a baobab tree. No one individual can embrace it. Your ambition is handicapped by laziness. However far a stream flows, it doesn't forget its origin. If you think you're too small to make a difference, try spending the night with a mosquito. Only a wise person can solve a difficult problem. Knowledge without wisdom is like water in the sand. In the moment of crisis, the wise build bridges and the foolish build dams. If you are filled with pride, then you will have no room for wisdom. Even as the archer loves the arrow that flies, so too he loves the bow that remains constant in his hands. One who loves the vase loves also what is inside. It is difficult for two long-nosed lovers to kiss. Beauty is nothing. Beauty won't stay. You don't know how lucky you are to be ugly, because if people like you, you know it's for something else. Every kind of love is love, but self-love is supreme among them. True love means what's mine is yours. Wood already touched by fire is not hard to set alight. If you're losing your soul and you know it, then you've still got a soul left to lose. Of course, it's possible to love a human being if you don't know them too well. Real loneliness is not necessarily limited to when you are alone. The fool speaks, the wise man listens. Some people never go crazy. What truly horrible lives they must lead. It is better to be loved than to be feared. We are here to laugh at the odds and live our lives so well that death will tremble to take us. Almost everybody is born a genius and buried an idiot. How can you trust a creature that bleeds every month and doesn't die? Of course, it's possible to love a human being if you don't know them too well. You have to die a few times before you can really live. When one is in love, a cliff becomes a meadow. Confiding a secret to an unworthy person is like carrying grain in a bag with a hole. People run from rain but sit in bathtubs full of water. Too shortest distance between 2 points is often unbearable. To love someone who doesn't love you is like shaking a tree to make the dewdrops fall. If the full moon loves you, why worry about the stars? The less you need, the better you feel. If you get married, they think you're finished. And if you are without a woman, they think you're incomplete. Wisdom does not come overnight. There are only 2 things wrong with money: too much or too little. We don't even ask for happiness, just a little less pain. If a woman doesn't love you, she calls you brother. Wisdom is not like money to be tied up and hidden. Love is all right for those who can handle the psychic overload. It's like trying to carry a full garbage can on your back over a rushing river of piss. Truth should be in love and love in truth. When you marry a monkey for his wealth, the money goes but the monkey remains. By the time the fool has learned the game, the players have dispersed. Wisdom does not come overnight. One day in the life of a wise man is worth a fool's entire life. To get lost is to learn the way. Other people's wisdom prevents the king from being called a fool. If you close your eyes to facts, you will learn through accidents. The wise create proverbs for fools to learn, not to repeat. Just because the lizard nods his head doesn't mean he's in agreement. The difference between a democracy and a dictatorship is that in a democracy, you vote first and take orders later. In a dictatorship, you don't have to waste your time voting. He who loves, loves you with your dirt. Ambition rarely helps talent. Another thing is luck. Talent always trails behind her. The eye never forgets what the heart has seen. He who digs a grave for his enemy might as well be digging one for himself. Even the lion protects himself against flies. For those who believe in God, most of the big questions are answered. But for those of us who can't readily accept the God formula, the big answers don't remain stone-written. However long the night, the dawn will break. And why do women always need the husbands of other women? And why do horse thieves always prefer a tame horse stow or wild one? One who causes others misfortune also teaches them wisdom. Only a fool tests the depth of a river with no feet. If you manage to deceive a person, this does not mean that he is a fool. It means that you were trusted more than you deserve it. A fish and bird may fall in love, but the two cannot build a home together. Lovers do not hide their nakedness. Don't be so in love that you can't tell when it's raining. You begin saving the world by saving one man at a time, all else is grandiose romanticism or politics. Some moments are nice, some were nicer, some more even worth writing about. If you have the ability to love, love yourself first. The quarrel of lovers is the renewal of love. Love for something makes a man blind and deaf. The 9 to 5 is one of the greatest atrocities sprung upon mankind. You give your life away to a function that doesn't interest you. A fool cannot untie the knot tied by a wise man. Knowledge without wisdom is like water in the sand. There are times when those eyes inside your brain stare back at you. Don't try to make someone hate the person he loves, for he will go on loving, but he will hate you. Genius might be the ability to say a profound thing in a simple way. When one is in love, a mountaintop becomes a flat field. If love is a sickness, patience is the remedy. Examine what is said, not who is speaking. Drinking is an emotional thing. It joggles you out of the standardism of everyday life, out of everything being the same. A bird that flies off the earth and lands on an anthill is still on the ground. If you want to know the end, look at the beginning. No medicine exists that can cure hatred. Some people like what you do, some people hate what you do. But most people simply don't give a damn. Tomorrow belongs to people who prepare for it today. Sex is a great thing only when there is nothing else to do. One who plants grapes by the roadside and one who marries a pretty woman share the same problem. You know who you love, but you can't know who loves you. Bad taste creates many more millionaires than good taste. He who refuses to obey cannot command. If anyone makes you laugh, it is not always because they love you. One falsehood spoils 1,000 truths. Too often, the people complain that they have done nothing with their lives, and then they wait for somebody to tell them that this isn't so. Love is a despot who spares no one. Dogs and angels are not very far apart. Great heart is horseshit. Buy tacos. Nobody can save you but yourself, and you're worth saving. It's a war not easily won, but if anything is worth winning, then this is it. Life's as kind as you let it be. I often carry things to read so that I will not have to look at the people. Knowledge is a garden. If it isn't cultivated, you can't harvest it. A roaring lion kills no game. Love is a form of prejudice. You love what you need yesterday. You love what makes you feel good. And you love what is convenient. When two elephants fight, it is the grass that gets hurt. All monkeys cannot hang from the same branch. If money were to be found up in the trees, most people would be married to monkeys. One who marries for love alone will have bad days but good nights. Wisdom is wealth. Let your love be like the misty rain, coming softly but flooding the river. Do not call a dog with a whip in your hand. We are like roses that have never bothered to bloom when we should have bloomed, and it is as if the sun has become disgusted with waiting. The heart of the wise man lies quiet like limpid water. Wisdom is like fire. People take it from others. The free soul is rare, but you know it's when you see it's basically because you feel good, very good, when you are near or with them. When an old man dies, a library is burned with him. Where there is love, there is no darkness. I have always liked visiting women myself more than when they are visiting me. You can always get away from them. No shortcuts exist to the top of a palm tree. No person is born great. Great people become great when others are sleeping. Do not look where you feel. Look where you slipped. Restless feet might walk you into a snake pit. Never say 3 things about yourself: your plans, your income, and the number of people you slept with. During sex with a woman squeezes the penis from her vagina, it means that the blood flow is getting very high at that place, and she is enjoying it very much. As long as a man has wine and cigarettes, he can endure a lot. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. A love is like a serious illness, an illness from which you never entirely recover. Find what you love and let it kill you. There is loneliness in this world, so great that you see it in the slow movement of a clock's hand. A wise person will always find a way. Nobody is born wise. A man who uses force is afraid of reasoning. No matter how beautiful and well-crafted a coffin might look, it will not make anyone wish for death. The earth is a beehive. We all enter by the same door. A feeble effort will not fulfill the self.